Welcome back. We're here to cover the Karmic third party read. For those of you that don't know, we do host a new newsletter coming out early 2026, and all our links for it is directly below separately. If you do need a booking, again, links are below. I'm a psychic medium. My name is YILDIZ. I'm also an intuitive astrologer and soul coach. I do guide the collective of the twin flame path, as yes, I am one. Separately, like I said, the website, everything, all links below, as well as all the big offers coming for 2026. Let's get into this read. Brain definitely fried looking at this. It is going to be quite a transformative week for the Karmic, and I really don't think they've expected it coming. Straight off the bat, tongue-tied, shocked. Like I said, I really channeling, whenever I'm channeling, especially coming from the clairvoyant medium side of things, I directly start exhibiting their frequency. So forgive me for the introduction, but their minds, it's almost like they cross it themselves. Like I should have seen this shit coming. We're looking at it. They're away with the fairies. They're up in the clouds, crowning energy. And I am going to come back to clarify this because I believe there's more information in the context of this to come. Okay. This energy, things that were done, think something is coming for them. Something is coming that is quite unexpected. And when we look to the most recent past, we kind of get a clue. And I'll give you an overview of the road. I was like, wow, this person, they were away the fairies and they didn't even see it coming. We have this situation of the past at a foundation level. Now, this can be in a family, a tribe. It's usually 9 times out of 10, the people closest to are the ones that hurt us. Why? Is more than likely because they have more access, they have more information. Many, many years, my mother used to say, keep your enemies close to you. And I was like, well, you know who your enemies are. They usually show their face quite well, quite hidden. Why am I referencing this? This person does feel burned by a situation of the past, but something that they felt was healed and tied up like a neat little bow is coming up again for review. This is in their heart space an opportunity to let go of something and to get to the root cause of it and to heal their life. The funny thing is, their heart space is almost like painting a signature on a story to me, that they were skipping along in their life, in their own lane. And I feel this is one of those things where, for some, it could be an individual that already had moved away from an intimate connection. This does not have to be an intimate connection, I will state that. But whatever this is relating to a cycle, the people, places, and things are not expecting something to come open again. And although it is an opportunity for this person to close this chapter correctly, I don't necessarily feel that they were ready for it coming about in the way it did. And they're saying, does. We have the card receptive to others. Now, it does appear to be there's 2 people on a swing, 2 people in the past, sacrifices, maybe fights, things that didn't go according to plan, a fight that was left unresolved. Unresolved feelings of anger and angst. At a time, maybe there was passion. At a time, things were different. Now, when we go to the bottom, and I'm going to read through these very briefly and then go through and elaborate, because I already see the story, but I want to bring more clarity and context to it for you. There's guilt associated to the situation of the past. and something has been hidden. And I think it's really interesting because we get, end of the month, bang, move into the next month, December, and we have this shadow direct energy of Mercury, how to move between two signs. We have Sagittarius and we have Scorpio frequencies. What do we get in those subject matters? I was talking to the members about this, and that's another added advantage of joining our membership. You get the context of entwined entanglements. This could be, and I'll paint you a myriad of pictures, especially because we are talking in the context of karmic cycle where tax, debt, legacies, inheritances, betrayals, other people's money, what happened in the dark, what was hidden, things coming to the forefront and the surface, marriage, divorce, law. This is not legal advice. This is for entertainment purposes. We must say that. This could be lawyers. This could be, you name it. So there's those subject matters. Now, these pertain to a physical situation, person, place, or thing, or an emotion. I'm seeing this as a physical circumstance. And something that was hidden, we see at the foundation of it, guilt and lies, maybe a delay to address this. Now that we have the North Node in Pisces, it's pushing these frequencies forward. Now, nobody's really going to be happy by addressing the elephant in the room. I don't feel the person that was involved with this energy, I don't feel the in-person external or entwined in this storyline. We have the happy in reverse here as the outcome card. Does it need to be addressed? Let's go into it, because we do have this outcome at this point in time. We have happy in reverse. Nobody's really happy in this, okay? Nobody's happy while operating inside a lie. Nobody's happy also in addressing it. So it's catch-22. But something is coming up for paid treatment. So let's take a look at what this is. Okay. Now, why is this person angry about intuition at the moment? I feel like, do I feel they're staying in their lane? No, I feel they were just, not expecting it. I do feel at times this person maybe in their lifetime has some patterns or habits. Yeah, this is a person that goes to extremes and maybe at a point had habits and can't remember some things. This situation is going to bring about a huge wake-up call. It's almost like when somebody calls you out, but you're like, no, I know what you did last summer. And then it's like, no, but the intoxication's there. You're trying to be honest with yourself, but you also need to redefine how do you think about that back then. This is actually going to force this person to look at this very, very cautiously and to tread cautiously. This is going to come as a surprise to this person. It does feel like it's a standoff and a bit of a battle. They're trying to actually think of a solution. They maybe had been pondering this for a while, and some process is starting surrounding this investigation of a past situation. Interesting. This person is realizing how somebody maybe has, it's weird. It's almost like they're blaming somebody else for it. This can be a friend. This could be somebody who's close. It's like a secret that was contained that they felt that nobody knew. And it's almost like they're saying to themselves, shit, I've really got to choose my friends more carefully. Got to be careful who I surround myself with. Not really realizing, hey, this is something that had happened. This was nobody's fault. This was a choice. This was a choice that was made. And so there's actually a lesson in this. But this person's really not saying that. And this is why this is going to be prolonged a bit. They're going to be forced to go back on this faulty ground. And it feels like there are people around them that want to be supportive, but they have to be truthful to themselves. This is, oh God, they're petrified. They're absolutely petrified something is coming out. We've got happiness in reverse and we have facial shadow. This person has shame. They've got shame to do with something of the past. They've got shame to do with something that's about to come out. Okay, what are they hiding, please? It's weird. Even with their oversoul is acknowledging that they don't want to acknowledge it, even if it does come about. There's absolute sheer denial. Okay, where is this person's psyche at? Let's have a look at this, and we'll pull an animal totem. What do we need to know? I think in a way I can relate to the emotions that this person is expressing. There was a comical, I think sometimes our minds can actually shut down. It's almost like a overheating button on a laptop. And the fan kicks in to cool it down so it can process more effectively. I feel that this has taken this person by such surprise that they can't even think about how to process this. That the denial of what they've held for so many years, they're so dumbfounded that the thread has been unspun that they haven't even had time to process. And I think this is going to take on a new chapter where their life is going in a completely different direction. Man, and I used to say I didn't like Neptune retrograde, let alone Mercury. That was a pretty full on one. How did you experience your Mercury retrograde? If you do need a booking, you can go to the link directly below. We do cover a lot. The website's been built out for 2026, rebuilt rather, and we do have our landing page for Sage Inner Circle Network online. If you want to visit that, it gives you all relevant information of how to sign up. And as mentioned, it's really being set up to support you over the next 3 years. I think all of us are going to need a sense of belonging and community in this very uncertain world, navigating our careers, navigating our ascension process, our love lives, money, and more. Come through and join us. Otherwise, we will see you next week for the Karmic Third Party Update. Personal bookings, we can tune into those subjects for you and coach you. Otherwise, I'd love to hear how this week plays out for you.